at the Sutton house, on Saturday morning, and can't remember where I last showed this, but yeah, it's coming right along. It's supposed to be done, I think, by the end of the month. I think they just got this front stair in. That looks pretty sweet. But I brought my welding equipment here today because we are going to focus on this bottom pivot for our pivot door. And there's the pocket that it's going to go into, and then we got to grout this full. But when they installed the door frame, they installed it proud of the foundation by, I don't know, it's a good 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. So this little guy goes in here, the bottom pivot, and it actually, you know, where the tines are here, it hangs out into space. So we're here today to take care of that, and the contractor had asked me if I would weld this pivot to the frame, which I think I can do. But the feature here is, if this pivot ever goes bad, you can see the 4 bolts there. You can take it out and leave the bottom piece. So this is just a plate, and that replaces all the bearing and whatnot. But trying to get creative here. We might just weld it on the edge and, you know, see if we can make that work. And if we can, that's what I'm going to do. And then later on in life, if somebody has to change it out, these two will be exposed. These two will be under wraps, but you could at least, you know, drill holes here or do something to make that happen, you know. So you can see we got 2 exposed bolts back there. You could logically just say, okay, you know, our other 2 got to be back over here. But that would allow you to at least, I think, lift the thing out. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm going to talk to him about it and see if there's a way to do it where we don't have to weld this thing in. I'd probably rather do it, but if we have to weld it, the fact is, this door is a front door on a residence, and this pivot is made for a high traffic commercial you know, type of use. So the chances of this thing getting worn out over time are pretty slim. And in fact, you know, you could always take the machinist route, pull this bearing out and replace it. So anyway, I guess if that ever did wear out, you could always just cut the threshold too. So hopefully it'll never come to that. We are on the way to install the pivot door. Kind of an exciting day, you know. This started just over a year ago. I think I started receiving materials for it in October of 2011. So we're like a year and 3 months from the time I got the first first pieces of material. Actually, I can remember it now. It was the day before Thanksgiving, so it was November 2011. And the reason I can remember that is my neighbor always has a party that day outside in his driveway with all of his friends, and they were outside that night when I was out cutting big long 20-foot pieces of steel into pieces that I could fit into my garage and still park my truck and all that kind of stuff. So so yeah, it's been just over a year in terms of materials, but I started drawing pictures of this thing long before that. So it's probably been maybe not 2 years, but it's been close to that mark, at least a year and a half, probably closer to the 2-year mark, since I put pencil to paper, started welding up mock-ups, doing a clay model and all that kind of stuff. And you know, it's kind of exciting. This is what you work for, you know. When you picture it in your head, you want it installed in the building, and we get to do that today. The door is not 100% finished. I need to make the interior panels for the door. The cabinet maker was going to do that for me, and you know, provide material and so forth that matches their casework and stuff like that. But I think the program got changed on the casework, and it's of a material that doesn't really fit the door now, which is fine. But we got to figure out something different to do, and I've got some ideas in my head. Just got to get them executed. But it sounds like the cabinet maker is a busy dude too, so he actually can't make the panels for me. So I'm gonna have to put my wood butcher hat on, which I don't do very often, but you know, I'm not a bad carpenter. I'm just not I'm not an ace, and thankfully these little pieces aren't overly complicated, hopefully. So hopefully I'll be able to knock that out and get those panels installed maybe here in the next week or so. I really want to wrap this project up, you know, get it off my plate and move on to the next thing. So anyway, I'll drag you guys along here. I think we've got a few guys meeting us over here to get the door lifted up in place and then adjusted and all that kind of stuff. I'm guessing that it's going to take half an hour start to finish. Tops, I think it's probably going to be more like 15 minutes. You know, everybody gets geeked up and this is going to be a tough thing to do, and it's actually, you know, I did it by myself in my driveway there. You know, the door was a little lighter then, but same, you know. I think with 4 of us, I think we'll lift that sucker up into position, and in a matter of minutes it'll be shutting and closing and everything will be good, I hope. So anyway, yeah. Here's the door. We're all set up. We have our auto door bottom in, and I spent yesterday afternoon putting in all of our hardware sort of down the side of the door, in the bottom of the door, in the door frame itself, and then if you remember, the top pivot is up here, so we got that all put in. So it should just be a matter of setting this sucker up, doing a little adjustment. We should be ready to go.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't it?
Oh wow, yeah.
I mean, the whole door will be open just like
It
that.
looks like the ocean out there because it's so windy and it's churning up from page to page.
Hi, Meg.
Hey. Hey, how are ya?
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Yep. Okay, so John and I will come down this way. Yeah, so it'll have to tip just a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I knew when I was married, he's always going 90 miles an hour. I knew when I was married what it was going to be. So it's not a big deal.
Alright, guys, I'm going down. We got it, guy.
Looking strong, looking strong.
I'll meet you down there, Kelly. Okay, we're on the step. Yep. Here we have the door in the house, and I want to show you guys this. It kind of sounds like a bank vault. Hang on. So we'll open up the door here. Sorry we can't get a lot of distance here, but when you close it, just has that sound to it. So I don't know if that's going to come through on the video or not, but just has a very distinct sound that you know it's closed. All three latches are engaging at the same time, so that's exciting. We do have our one cracked piece there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but we'll replace that one. And I'm getting ready to put the lock on it. So there's our lock. So I'll get that installed and then give them the keys to their new front door. It all worked really well. We had to do one minor adjustment up at the top. And you know, I built a plate in there that slides about a ½ an inch, so a quarter inch this way, quarter inch that way, and this way. And when we put it in, the gap over there was big and the gap over here was small, so we made the adjustment to shift the door that way, one little tweakage, and everything seems to be pretty flush and working. You can see, you know, maybe we need to bring the top out, you know, inside the house just a little bit. And I think that would be the final adjustment. Everything looks good, sounds good, and feels good. Here we go. Here's the proof. Sorry. This door takes a big swing, so we're going to move all this stuff out of the way. There we go. You know, this is the proof in the pudding here. You know, balance nice. You know, just little touches, and you can move the door. So you know, these are, I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, we're going through some light changes and stuff, but just literally just fingertip pressure, and you can close the door so the kids will be able to operate it, etc. So got to put the lock on, and then I'm done. So happy, and the view from inside is amazing. So that's it. I'll show one more time on the pivot door when I get the inside done. There's an up-close look at the door. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. We don't have the handles on yet. We don't have the interior on yet. But, you know, when you come up to the door, the cool thing is you can kind of, here, we'll get one of these. You can see through to the lake from the door. If you're a little kid, if you're a big kid, you can see who's here. So there's kind of a piece of glass for everyone, which is awesome. Inside you're 6 inches taller than we are out here, so you can actually see through that piece. So anyway, yeah, that's it for today. I did not get the lock installed. I don't have the right tools over here, but we'll be back later in the week hopefully to wrap that up, and we'll be done. Yeah, cool. So there it is, guys. That's it for me today. Don't let your meat loaf.